Hey there, go ahead and take a deep breath. In and out. You do that more than 20,000 times a day, and you probably don't even think about it. But that one simple act, it's one of the most incredible processes that keeps you alive. So today, we're going to follow the journey of a single breath from the air all around us, deep into the very cells of our body.
I mean, have you ever really thought about it? You pull air in, you push air out. Simple, right? But what's that air actually doing? Where does it go? And why is it so absolutely essential for life itself? Well, let's trace that journey together and find out.
So first things first, we've got to understand the fundamental why. Because as it turns out, breathing isn't really about just filling our lungs with air. It's about fueling every single one of the trillions of cells that make you, well, you.
It all comes down to this amazing process called cellular respiration. Just think of your cells as trillions of tiny little power plants. They take the food you eat, they combine it with the oxygen you breathe, and they burn it to create this special energy molecule called ATP. And that ATP, it's the fuel that powers literally everything you do. Thinking, moving, even dreaming. And the exhaust from all those tiny power plants? You guessed it, carbon dioxide.
Okay, so here's a really important point to get straight. Breathing and respiration sound similar, but they're not the same thing. Breathing is the physical part, the in and out. Respiration is the chemical reaction happening inside your cells that's actually using that oxygen to make energy. So one's the delivery truck and the other is the factory. You absolutely need both. All right, now that we know why we breathe, let's get into the how. We're going to trace the actual path that air takes from the outside world deep, deep into your lungs. And trust me, it's a surprisingly smart and elegant little journey.
And our journey starts right here, at the very top of this diagram, in your nasal cavity. See, when you breathe in through your nose, it's not just an open door. Your nose is actually a high-tech air treatment facility. It warms the air up, it adds moisture, and it filters it through tiny hairs and mucus, trapping dust and germs before they can ever get to your lungs. Pretty clever, right?
From there, the air moves down through the pharynx and larynx and into the trachea, which you probably know as the windpipe. Now look closely at this little magnified view here. See those C-shaped rings? That's cartilage, and they act like scaffolding to prop the windpipe open, making sure that crucial airway never collapses on itself. Once it's in your chest, the trachea splits into two big branches called the bronchi. One goes to each lung. And from there, they just keep branching out, again and again and again, into tinier and tinier tubes called bronchioles. It creates a structure that looks exactly like an upside-down tree with its branches reaching into every last part of your lungs. So, we follow the air all the way down this incredible branching tree. We finally arrived at our destination. This is the end of the line, and it's where the real magic happens. This is the Great Gas Exchange. At the very tip of every one of those tiny little branches, you'll find these microscopic, grape-like clusters of air sacs. They're called alveoli. Now you have hundreds of millions of them, and if you could actually spread them all out flat, they would cover an entire tennis court. Each one is wrapped in this super dense web of tiny blood vessels called capillaries. This is it, the critical point where the air you breathed in meets your blood. But wait, how does the air even get pulled in and pushed out? It's all thanks to the diaphragm, this huge muscle right below your lungs. So check this out. On the left, when you inhale, the diaphragm contracts and pulls down. Your rib muscles pull your whole rib cage up and out. This makes your chest bigger and creates a vacuum that just sucks the air right in. And to exhale, it's the exact opposite. The muscles relax, the space gets smaller, and the air gets pushed out. It's just a simple, powerful pump.
And here is the proof, the hard data, that the exchange actually happened. The air we breathe in is about 21% oxygen, but the air we breathe out, it's down to 16%. So where did that 5% go? It went into your blood. And now look at carbon dioxide. It goes from practically nothing, 0.04%, all the way up to 4%. That's 100 times more. That is all the waste product your body is getting rid of with every single breath.
So this whole respiratory system is an absolute marvel of engineering, but it's also pretty delicate. And when this system gets compromised, well, the consequences for our health can be really serious. So let's take a look at what can go wrong.
First up, let's talk about bronchitis. This is an inflammation of those branching tubes we talked about, the bronchi and bronchioles. It's usually caused by an infection, and it leads to swelling and a ton of excess mucus. This basically clogs up and narrows the airways, and that's what causes that deep, heavy, persistent cough.
This picture really makes the problem crystal clear. On the left, you've got a nice, wide-open airway, healthy.
But on the right, with bronchitis, the passageway is red, it's swollen, and it's partially blocked by all that mucus. You can just imagine how much harder it is to move air through that tiny, constricted tube.
Now, emphysema is a totally different kind of problem. Instead of just inflaming the airways, this disease actually destroys the walls of the alveoli themselves, those tiny little air sacs. This causes them to break down, which drastically and permanently reduces the surface area available for oxygen to get into the blood.
Wow, I mean, the contrast here is just stark. Healthy alveoli look like a full, beautiful bunch of grapes, giving you that huge surface area for gas exchange. But in emphysema, those delicate walls literally break down and collapse, leaving these big, useless pockets of air. The lung tissue itself is destroyed, trapping old air and making every single breath a struggle.
And then there's asthma. This is a chronic condition that's often triggered by an allergic reaction. So when someone with asthma is exposed to a trigger, say dust or pollen or even smoke, their airways become incredibly inflamed and constricted in response.
This is what's happening inside the lungs during an asthma attack. That allergen kicks off this massive immune response. The muscles around the airway suddenly spasm and tighten up, the lining swells up, and thick mucus is produced. All of this severely narrows the path for air, and that constriction is what causes the classic wheezing and that terrifying fight for breath.
Seeing what can go wrong, it really brings home just how important it is to protect this amazing system. And you know, one of the single biggest threats to our respiratory health is something a lot of people willingly expose themselves to every day.
The facts are just brutal. Cigarette smoke is a toxic cocktail of over 4,000 chemicals. Think about that. And at least 50 of those are known carcinogens. They literally cause cancer. Nicotine itself is a powerful poison. And there is zero ambiguity about this. Smoking is the #1 cause of lung cancer. Period.
And if you need proof, the visual evidence is just undeniable. On the left, that's what healthy lung tissue looks like, pink and full of life. On the right, those are the lungs of a smoker. They're blackened and diseased from the constant inhalation of tar and thousands of toxins. The damage is right there for you to see. Every single day, your respiratory system performs this incredible, life-sustaining journey more than 20,000 times. We started this whole thing talking about just one breath, but your body does this automatically, tirelessly, all day, every day. And you never even have to ask. Ultimately, this amazing, intricate system is yours to take care of. Considering they power your every move and clean your body with every single exhale, the final question is a personal one for you to think about. How will you protect them? Something to consider with your very next breath. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.